Hey guys, how's it going today? Well, today's video. You see, today's video is pretty short, and I don't think it's a really good learning video. I think it's just a video where you see me painting. But it does have something behind it, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about. And that is the fact that this particular piece sat for about 2 years downstairs, doing nothing. And I just didn't get around to finishing it. And then I would come downstairs and I'd look at it and I'd be like, oh, you know what, I'm not going to bother. It isn't right. I don't know why I thought it wasn't right, but I just thought, whatever. And then I was watching another video and I saw a way somebody was doing something and I said, oh wow, that's really cool. Maybe I could apply that to the piece that I'm working on. And I did, and it worked out really, really well. But the thing that really got me was that I didn't feel it was good enough. And I wondered why. And I would look at it, and I still just couldn't tell you why I thought it wasn't good enough. But it's now done complete. You'll see me working on it and painting on it. And you don't really get to see me do much more than just paint it. But it was fun. It was fun to paint it, and it was fun because it kind of came to life for me. And that's what, I think that's more about what this video is about. That I, at the end for myself, saw that, oh, you know what, it was definitely good. Yeah, you could always tweak things and make them better, but the thing is, sometimes, even if it's not perfect, it still has something being said. Or it's better for somebody else. Do you know what I mean? Somebody else looks at it and goes, oh, it's beautiful. But as the artist, sometimes you kind of go, oh, I don't know if it's good enough. I don't know if I care, right? So it's kind of basically the same thing as to why do I do the videos, because, you know, I think to myself sometimes, oh, there's no need for me to put these videos out. People aren't going to like them. But then I have people tell me that they love them. Or the fact that I do little goofy voices while I'm doing my videos. And then I realized that, yeah, you know what? It's just that little bit to make somebody happy. I was at my other job that I do, which was working at the zoo today, and I really had a good day, right? And a little young boy came in, and he got to experience some animals, and the joy that you saw in his face, that's what really made it for me today. And so here, when I'm doing videos, I sometimes don't see that right away. But when I hear it later from a friend who says, you know, oh, I just love your goofy little voices. If that made that person's day, I'm really, really happy. So, please watch the video. If you don't mind, hit the like button. You can do the subscribe thing, or tell a friend maybe to subscribe. That would be nice. You can also hit the bell for notification, because you'll get the ding-dong all day long. And watch the video, and I'll see you at the end. Okay, so what we have here is my mermaid sitting on a frog. And you'll notice that I did use some color in some areas, and also on her bathing suit, and a little bit here in the front, basically just to finish it off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint it all black and then work from there. Now with the black paint, what I did was I basically just took your common folk art paint, black folk art paint, but I took the what they call the color shift, and I have it in black too. And so I added a little bit, so just to see if maybe it'll kind of give a bit of a richness to the whole look. And we'll see what happens. So here we go. Okay, so as I was painting away there, I kind of forgot that I wasn't going to paint the whole thing, and I wound up painting the whole thing. But what I did was, I told you I had actually taken the what they call a color shift black, and I added that into regular black. And what it did for me was it kind of gave a really neat, interesting, rich look about it. Even without being painted yet, it's really definitely got something going there. And I mean, really seriously, look at the way the face is there. I like it. It is definitely working. And like I said, definitely in the future, I will use this particular way of painting on some other stuff that would look really, really sharp. Now, I'm not worried about the eyes, because right here where I've actually touched it with paint, I can just scratch that, just get a little toothpick or something just to clean it off with, your fingernail or whatever. And I can even spot, now the other thing too, this is really a convenient little situation, is I put it on a Lazy Susan. So it makes it easy. So when I'm painting, I can just spin it around. I'm not moving around it. I can spot little spots where I might have missed. All right, so we're on to our next part. I'm going to start with the frog. I'm going to paint it green, as you can see that I've already started on that. And I'm also using the same kind of paint just to see what will happen. And that looks like I might have to do 2 coats to make sure the green comes through. But right now, I'm going to start painting. Now, I've roughed in the frog with some color there, just to get kind of an idea. But I think I'm definitely going to go over with a second coat and then see how that works. And then, but I find that as you're working on it and you're brushing it, it all of a sudden keeps pulling up. So if you do decide to use this kind of paint, don't get frustrated by the fact that maybe it doesn't look like it's really adhering well, and then you all of a sudden hit it again and you're like, oh, okay, that's okay. And remember, it's supposed to change color. So it does have this slight change aspect to it. So the frog is like a green or a silver green, right? But it definitely looks really super cool. And like I said, a good coating or 2 is probably going to really make it bounce. So that's what I'm going to do, hit it with a couple of coats and see how it looks. Now for the base here, I'm going to take basically a silvery brown and use that as my base, and that'll show up the rocks and then the basic side. So it gives a little bit of a textured look to it and that. And you know, you don't want something that's too overpowering on the bottom, so that it doesn't take away from anything else. I'm going to be adding some yellow to the frog too. I like the black chest, but I need the legs to pop out a little bit and the toe pads and stuff like that. And then I think I'm going to add more yellow back into the spot where I actually covered it. Even though I did use yellow, it didn't work out as well as I would have liked to. So I'm going to see what happens when I add a little bit of yellow into certain spots there, right? And just like in the toe pads of the frog. I think that looks kind of cool. So we'll see how that goes. I'll add those in too. So this is the tail, and with the tail I think I'm basically going to go a blue and just drag that across. I'll put on 1 coat first just to kind of see where it's at, and then see if it needs to build up. I sometimes like to rough stuff in a little bit, only because I want to know, all right, maybe that's going to work, or it needs just a little bit more of something else to hint to it to really make it pop, right? So at this point here, brushing this on, not making it too strong. I'm just gonna plop it on and see how it goes. It's looking pretty good. I like it. So here's the tail of the mermaid, and I really like the way it's coming out. It really kind of came out quite sharp on that. I don't know if I need to add another layer to it, which I'm doing as I'm talking, but I like it. I'll just have to wait until it dries and see where it's at. And then I'm going to also make sure that I make definite lines where the hair is. And I was going to go with a blonde for the mermaid, but I think I might change my mind and actually go with the black hair, and I think it will do it with all of the reflective paint. I think that would look really cool on that. So I'll have to see where we're at. But my next part is going to be, I'll probably do the hair right now, and then wait for the face and the body last. So it's coming along. So guys, things are looking really good. The frog's coming out nicely. Might be a few little touches there. But in the overall, I'm really kind of liking what I'm seeing. And so now I'm going to hit with the flesh for the face and the arms, and we'll see how that goes. Now that's the first coat of the flesh tone. Not the prettiest look, but what you'll find is that if you put it on and then you allow it to dry, you're going to have a lot better situation. If you're trying to draw paint onto wet paint, you're just going to smear, and the background of the clay will show up on you. So basically give yourself a few minutes just to kind of let it dry and get back to it again. All right guys, so what we have here is it completed. Now I will show you around the whole frog by using my lazy Susan, right? And the mermaid. Now you see the eyes there, really worked out really nice, and the fin, oh wow, and the black hair, really like it. The green of the frog, and then you see how the what they call it now, the color shift works, right? So as you move and look around at it, you see different little types of colors, right? A blue to a green, right? And the yellow, right? And then her face, right? She's got a nice little grin on her face. Take a look, right? Look at that. Look at the girl. She's like there. She's looking at you. She's smiling, right? Just a nice little tiny grin. Did up her bathing suit. Very happy. Very happy. Goes to show you, sometimes you do something, you get halfway done, and you put it aside, and then you forget about it. But then you come back and you complete it. It makes everything so nice. And that. So I think she turned out really, really sweet. Well guys, here we are. We completely finished the painting of the mermaid sitting on a frog. And that's the thing that I didn't think was good enough. And now I look at it and I'm like, oh, you did a good job. And you should be happy with yourself. And right, look at my frog. He's got a big smile. I used those glass eyes. The girl's hair is just so smooth and wicked coming down. Right, it cascades over properly. The mermaid tail, right? Her nice little face, you know. The detail in the dress, stuff like that. But you know, look at there, like her little hands. You know, you just want to like say hello, how's it going, right? And then little details of the frog itself and the ground, and the little rocks and stuff like that. I think it actually turned out pretty cool. Let's take a nice good look at her one more time. And there you are. So that sat downstairs for 2 years, just collecting dust with no paint on it and no sculpted face. I sculpted a face in, and look what I turned out. So there you are. Sometimes you gotta believe in yourself. You gotta push yourself. You gotta make yourself say, guess what? This is gonna get done. And this is one of those projects that I've been looking at saying, this is gonna get done. I've got more coming up. So please watch more videos. And today, have a great time. Be cool like a big bull moose. And that's all that matters, guys. Just have a great day.